Yo, what's good, Facebook? It's your boy Carlos Martin. I'm back for another episode of the Cycle of Life. Man, I appreciate all my cyclists out there that's following your boy, that's liking it, leaving comments. I appreciate all my future cyclists that y'all are going to continue to share my videos with. Please hit me on any social media platform: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Just get the word out there, man. I'm just wanting to educate, enlighten everyone as you guys educate me at the same time, and we all grow together. So today, I called y'all here because I wanted to talk about this system that's been in place. And so I'm going to title today's message as The Evolution of Slavery, and how we're still living in this system that most of us don't even pay attention to. So peep this game, right? Have you guys ever heard of psychology and this thing called the boiling frog syndrome? The boiling frog syndrome is when you take a frog and you put it in boiling water. The frog will immediately jump out because he knows that the water is hot. You can take this same frog and put it in another pot of water and slowly change the temperature, and the frog will never know the difference. It will slowly be cooked. Henceforth, they call it the boiling frog syndrome. Are we a part of that? Which frog are we? America? Society? World? Are we the frog that's jumping out the pot? Or are we the frog that's sitting in there slowly being cooked? So the way this show is going to go, we're going to talk about the evolution of slavery and how the plantation and business in 2014 is the same structure. On a plantation, you have a slave. The slave is the one out working the fields, breaking their neck to get ahead for their family. Then you have the slave driver. The slave driver is the one that manages the slaves to make sure that they're doing their job, and if they're not, they're whooping their back to make sure they get the job done for the end of the day. After that, you have the owner of the plantation. The owner of the plantation is the one who is in charge of it all. The owner is the one who is basically running the whole show that reaps the benefits of the plantation, right? Y'all still with me? Well, what does that sound like? That sounds just like a business. In business, you have people who are at the bottom of this pyramid, and those are the worker bees. And the worker bees are the ones who's doing all the grinding. They're the ones who know the job better than actually the owner knows the job. The owner just knows the vision and just is allowed to think to pass things down, and he has the managers in place. The managers are the slave drivers, the ones that's whipping the slaves or the worker bees back to make sure they get the job done to meet the quota for the day, right? And then you have the owner of the business. The owner of the business is the one who reaps the benefits because it was his dream that everyone else is working for to make it a reality so he can have the lifestyle that he wants, right? So which plantation are you working for? Is it Google, or is it all the way down to McDonald's? Is it Walmart, or is it Bank of America, or wherever else? So you got to think about these different things. And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with being on the plantation if it goes inside of your dream. I'm just saying you should be able to own your own plantation. You should always be able to own your own ideas, your own gifts, your own dreams, because we are all blessed enough to be able to have these certain gifts and desires and dreams. The question is, are we disciplined enough to make these dreams a reality? So let's go through this format real quick. You have slaves. From slaves, we went to sharecropping. Sharecropping is when the slaves were free, right? But there's a formula to this in accounting. It's called assets plus liability equals owner's equity. Well, the asset is the one that the owner is what the owner receives, right? Excuse me, the owner's equity is what the owner receives from your hard work. But as a slave, you was a liability. But when it came to sharecropping, they no longer had to provide health insurance. You were no longer provided these different benefits. So what did that mean? That means you still had to get out there and grind for your family, which means the owner no longer had to pay for your assets or your health insurance or none of these different things, yet he was still reaping the benefits of your work, of all of your hard work. Do you understand what I'm trying to get across to y'all? Because I went through this whole cycle. I was on the plantation myself until I just started thinking better, right? So now after we go through this plantation, we move to factory, right? From factory workers, we went to corporations. And for corporations, we went to this new thing called network marketing. And network marketing is awesome, but at the same time, if you're not the one who constructed the dream of the network, then you're network marketing for someone else to live a reality off the sweat of your back, and then you go find people to put under you, and then so on and so forth. So the question is where are you on this hierarchy? And if you want to do something about it, did you even know that you was on the hierarchy? Now that you know the process of the evolution of slavery, what will you do about it? Please leave comments at the bottom. Let me know that if you like the video. Let me know if you find different points or different things that you can add to the video. I appreciate it. This your boy Carl. Carlos signing off with the Cycle of Life, episode 3.